everyone. Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome back to another flight. Today we're going to be flying our dependable Dash Q400 out of Niigata, Japan. To Tokyo Narita, the other international airport in Tokyo, besides Haneda. Should be a pretty quick flight, 55 minutes gate to gate approximately. Weather here is cloudy and it's rainy in Tokyo, so we might have a little bit of a surprise on arrival. Okay, let's get going. We already have our flight plan. We have our initial load sheet, and we're gonna start with the pre-flight events.
Hi Captain, how are you today?
Okay. So aircraft flight log and circuit breakers got checked, the landing gear is down. Radar is off. Battery, we have battery master on, external power on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Dash 8 Q400. Just waiting
Main bus tie tie. Engine intake light pass. Engine intake is open.
The entire flight crew.
Position light is on. Standby pumps and PTU off. Emergency brake is on. External power APU. External power is on. APU is off still. Landing gear. Okay, all good. And we're initialized the FMS. Once again, I use the FMS on the iPad, but I'll try to remember to move the camera down. Okay, so we have here our date today, time, and the nav database is the current one, so we're happy with that. We're gonna accept. Our fuel numbers, preliminary numbers are 25768.
I'm out for the walk around.
Alternate 613. Hold 69. Extra 634. Fuel on board 28. That gives us a gross weight of 28.6. Which we're okay with that. Let's go to our originating flow. MFD will be set to doors. One door and one battery. One electrical. We're gonna, unfortunately we have no ATC online right now. So we're gonna get our meter from our data link, which is here is called Unilink. got a new message. There's a current meter for Niigata. It was 7 o'clock, 7 Zulu. So we have 250 at 15. Showers in vicinity. Few scattering brokenness or ceiling will be 4,000. Temperature 8, dew point 3. QNH 104. Okay. We got our QNH. Straight on standby and the main altimeter. DC batteries switch. We are using a ground power unit GPU, so we only have battery master and external power on for now. AC and DC on. Generators. We have AC and DC. Main bus tie. Engine intake doors open. ELT is armed. We're gonna do a ground test on a flight data recorder. Okay. APU. Let me just move here. APU fire test. We're good. Engine 1. Engine 2. Baggage 1. 2. Panel lighting, we won't need any lights for now. Auto. Main. Dump. Knob. Fully counterclockwise. Pressurization for the landing altitude.
Hi guys, can we start boarding now?
Yes.
Thank you, talk to you again soon.
So our landing elevation at Tokyo is 135 feet. So we can set 124. Position lights are on. No smoking switch is on. We're gonna bring seat belts on since we're gonna start boarding. Let's test the lights. We should actually visualize, move the camera, but it's just too much work. Pack switch is auto. Recirc switch on right now. Bleeds 1 and 2 off. Bleed mean off, what we call mean off. Now down to no steering off. ADC 1. ADC 2. Test. Stall warning 1. Stall warning 2. Test. Flight taxi for now. Yaw damper. HSI to the captain's side. Nav source FMS. EGPWS 15 degrees for the landing. Auto feather test. Cockpit voice recorder. It's not simulator. Power disk. Fuel off. Emergency brakes on. Park. Nav. IRS on nav. And we're gonna test the elevator train. Okay, we're happy with that. That's the originating flow. Okay, let's get this whole thing programmed right now. Our flight plan. We have RJSN. Niigata confirmed. We are accepting. From Niigata, we're gonna go to Niigata the VOR. So this is gonna be an we're gonna fly a seed. Expecting runway 28 since the winds are 250. Seed will be number 1, Niigata 6 reverse, bring us to the VOR. From there, we can delete the snow link because we'll be flying without ATC for now. We're gonna follow the Yankee 303. All the way to ANTAC. We're gonna have, oh, I made a mistake.
Back from the walk around, everything looks good.
Okay, 99. I don't know if you are aware, but 99 cleans up the flight plan on the dash. Okay, so let's start again real quick. RJSN. I'm just gonna duplicate the VOR for now. Just gonna be easier. So Niigata VOR confirmed. Airway to Yankee 303 to ANTAC. Then we're gonna have a step up. Our initial climb will be cruise will be flight level 170. Then we're gonna step up over ANTAC to flight level 180. We're gonna follow Yankee 30 to Swamp. And that's gonna be the beginning of our star. So RJAA for the arrival, Narita International, confirmed. Oh. And now we can add the information that we want. So runway 28 at Niigata, Niigata 6 reverse departure. And for the arrival, we are expecting runway 34 left, Swamp Echo, number 18, no transition, and the approach is an ILS. So number 2, ILS runway 34 left, confirmed. And the transition on the ILS.
Glide slow. Pull up.
Just one second
Terrain.
here.
Terrain. Pull up.
Elgar. It could be Elgar or Tyler. Let me just double check here. No, it's Elgar. Okay.
TCAS system test okay.
Just a quick look, just to make sure that it makes sense. It does. We have a few, just like on the Airbus, we have a few discontinuities, just because those are phases of flight that we need a clearance. Usually get clear on the SID, then clear en route, and then you have to be cleared again for the approach. That's why they keep that discontinuities and no links that you have to manually override. Okay. Just want to have all the plates here properly organized. A quick access here so I can okay, so we have our departure Niigata reversal 6, and if we have to come back, we're gonna use ILS we can use ILS Yankee since there's no ATC. For Narita International, we're gonna be using a Swamp Echo. For ILS 1034 left. We're expecting Terminal 1. Okay, that's all we need. Okay. Let's work on our speed numbers here. Let's zeroed our decision height. Elevation here at Niigata is 5 feet. So we can bring, oh, no. 1014. So we can bring our altitude to 1010. And our auto feather has passed the test, so we can turn it off. Okay, let's get some V speeds here. Our planned takeoff weight is 28.5. Okay. We are at plus 8 degrees and sea level. We're gonna be a little bit conservative here, so we're gonna do 133, 133, 135. Actually 130, 130, 132. Because I think we're gonna be a little bit lighter than planned. Okay, better. 33, 33, 35. And 146 for V-Fry, 5 degrees. And V-Climb 158. Okay, I will take care of our takeoff performance numbers. If we look on our SID, sorry, for runway 28, we're gonna climb runway heading, and then we're gonna turn towards the VOR. Our runway heading for runway 28 is 281, so we wanna have we wanna have 281. the bug. And the altitude will be, we have to be above 3000, so we're just gonna set our altitude to our first cruise altitude, which will be flight level 170, and then after we're gonna climb to 180. So that takes care of departure and takeoff numbers. If we have to come back, I'm gonna move this to nav just for a second. If we have to come back and land on ILS, when we use ILS runway 28, we're gonna, first I wanna put UNICOM here before we start making calls on the wrong frequency. So 109.3. That's the ILS here at Niigata for runway 28. And the course is 281. So we want to have this set to, just in case. Okay, 1093, 281. Can go back to our door. We want to have Niigata VOR set on VOR2, on Nav2. And on standby, Nav1. And we're gonna set VOR2 for Nav2. Along the route, we won't be flying over any other VOR. We can, if we want, and it's always a good idea, especially without ATC, we can already leave the numbers for the ILS at Tokyo, 11.9. And I'll even do this here too. Since we have the VOR that we actually need, Niigata on Nav2, we can leave both ILSs, 11.9 and 9.3. The course is different, but we'll deal with the course later. So I think we have everything. We have our departure, we have our V numbers, we are set up for the beginning of our trip. We only need our, oh yes, what we want to add here is the time zone. So it's +9 for Japan. So we get times local too, not only Zulu times. So yes, basically we only need to double check, get our final numbers. And we need to do our brief.
Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
This will be a standard left seat departure. We are at a remote stand and no pushback is required, so I'll be starting the engines. The departure runway and taxi route will be as assigned by ATC. For the taxi, this airport uses ASDEX, so turn the transponder on for taxi. Nav source for the departure will be heading select. Anti-ice is required, we'll use level 1. As for the takeoff plan, we'll use flap 5. For the routing itself, the departure will be an ATC assigned SID. We'll use NTOP for the takeoff power. And the bleeds will be on. For the safety brief, any abnormality prior to 80 knots, I'll stop the aircraft on the runway. After 80 knots, I'll stop for an engine failure or fire. Anything after V1 will take it airborne. You let the tower know we've had an emergency and we'll need straight out. At 1000 feet, we'll engage alt hold, accelerate to V climb, retract the flaps and engage IAS mode for our V climb, and complete the memory items. Any questions?
That's checked and no questions.
Departure briefing complete.
Here's the load sheet for you. Have a nice trip.
Thank you. Let me know if the voice is better now. Prasad, thank you so much for joining again. Okay, so we got the load sheet. Here we got the final numbers. We're gonna have to check. I have the final numbers on the dash control panel. Unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to see it, but the zero fuel weight final is 26002. Oops. And our takeoff will be 28.8. So I'm glad that we used a higher number. And 2800, as we can see here in our display, we have 2800 for fuel. You might be asking why we don't, there's two ways that you can go about here. You might ask why you're not adding a basic weight or packs number or weight or cargo. If you have zero fuel weight, these are all included, of course.
Welcome on board our flight today. As you locate your assigned seat, please
sorry. So that's the reason why it's much easier if you have this information to just add this information. That will include all these weights.
If you are unable to accommodate any item in the cabin, please bring it to the boarding
okay.
door and we will check it
I
for
think
you.
we are
Also
ready to go. We have our departure briefing. Oh yes, let's start the APU.
Also review the exit seating criteria.
We should have done that around 10 minutes before, but still good enough. Okay, we're connecting. Bringing 2 on because we're gonna disconnect external power. And you can soon use the bleed. We just have to wait a little bit just because we just started the APU. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Please disconnect external power.
Roger. Disconnecting the GPU.
Thank you. So yes, we want to make sure that there are no exhausts or anything in the system. So you don't want to bleed air from the APU to the cabin and to the air conditioning system.
Captain, the GPU is now disconnected.
Thank you. Right off the bat. Okay, we can turn the APU bleed on right now. And we'll be turning it off before takeoff, temporarily. 24-hour system checks checklist, please.
Engine fire detection.
Test.
APU fire detection.
Test.
Baggage smoke warning aft and forward.
Test.
Stall warning test 1 and 2.
Test.
ADC 1 and 2.
Test.
Auto feather.
Test.
GPWS TCAS. Test. PA system.
Test.
Trims.
Test.
24-hour system checks. Checklist complete.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is ready to go.
Thank you.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Before start checklist.
Stand by. Originating checks flow.
Complete.
Complete. Gear pins. Stowed. Pre-flight checks.
Complete.
Complete. External power. APU voltage.
On. Check for 6 volts.
Circuit breakers.
Check.
Checked. Escape hatch.
Closed.
Nose steering.
Off.
Flight guidance control panel. Set. Fuel quantity. 2799 kilos on board.
$2,000 kilograms required.
Hydraulic number 3 pressure.
Check 3000 psi.
Emergency brake. Pressure.
Check. Park check.
Power levers.
Disc.
Condition levers.
Fuel off.
Emergency light switch.
Arm.
Fasten seatbelt switch.
On.
On. Departure briefing.
Complete.
Complete. Before start checklist complete.
Engine start checklist.
Battery master main auxiliary standby.
On.
Doors fueling lights.
Closed and out.
Anti-collision light.
Red.
APU bleed.
Off.
Engine. Clear on 2.
Clear on 2.
Engine start checklist complete.
Okay, we're ready to start. Starting engine 2.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our airline, we would like to welcome you on board of our -8 Q400. The flight time today will be approximately 2 hours. Would you please fasten your seatbelts and refrain from smoking? If you want to use any electronic equipment, we would kindly ask you to contact us first. For takeoff and landing, these devices must be switched off, and the cellular phones
Starting
will not
on
be
one.
used during the entire flight. We wish you a pleasant stay on board. your attention to the international safety regulations. This aircraft has 6 emergency exits. 2 exits are
We're
located in front,
stable.
2 at the wings,
That was a
and 2
good
at the
start.
back. They are marked with the exit sign. Illuminated escape path markings on the floor lead to these exits. Each
After
seat
start
is
checklist.
equipped with a safety belt.
Stand by.
To fasten the seatbelt, put the 2 ends together. Tighten it by pulling the loose end. To unfasten the seatbelt, lift the upper part of the belt. The life vest is located under your seat and is sealed in a plastic bag. When instructed to do so, take a hold of the bag and take the life vest out. Pull the life vest over your head. Fasten the life vest by connecting the hook to the ring. Pull the struts until the life vest is properly adjusted. When leaving the aircraft, pull the threads tight and the life vest will inflate. Red tubes are located on both sides for blowing the additional air into the life vest.
External power
For additional
APU.
information, please refer to the safety instruction card in the seat pocket in front of you.
Off.
Thank you for your attention.
Off.
Main bus tie.
Off.
Ice protection.
Checked level 1.
Checked level 1. Rudder travel.
Full travel.
Rudder actuator test.
Complete.
Nose steering.
On.
Auto feather.
Auto feather select.
Engine rating.
End top set checked.
Batteries.
Checked.
Flaps.
5 set indicating.
5 set indicating. Auxiliary standby PTU pumps.
On.
On. Hydraulic pressure quantity.
Checked.
Checked. Hydraulic number 3 and elevator. Checked. Caution warning lights.
Checked.
Flight instruments radios.
Checked.
Checked. Altimeters.
1014 set cross check.
1014. Set and cross-checked. Ice protection test.
Complete.
After start checklist complete.
Okay, I guess we're ready to go. We are on stand number 2. And we are gonna be taxiing to runway 28. We're gonna be using, we're gonna be taking Charlie 3, Charlie 2, cross runway 22, Charlie 1 and Bravo 1. Niigata traffic, good morning. Alpha Wing 3240 Q400. Right now parked at stand number 2. We're gonna be taxiing to runway 28 via Charlie 3, Charlie 2. We're gonna cross runway 22, Charlie 1 and hold short runway 28 at Bravo 1. Any traffic, please advise Alpha Wing 3240 Niigata. Thank you so much, Prasad. Thank you. And thanks for joining me again. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. Should be a nice approach. The weather is not the greatest in Tokyo, so will be nice. Clear on left.
And we're clear on the right.
Before takeoff checklist, to the line, please.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure. FA notification received. Takeoff briefing complete. Cabin PA complete. Condition levers.
Max.
Max. Trims.
3 set.
3 set. Takeoff warning test.
Test. Tested.
Flight controls checked and free. Flight taxi.
Flight.
Radar terrain. Radar on, terrain on. Transponder TCAS on out. Takeoff checklist completed to the line.
Thank you.
Hello, flight deck. Okay, cheers. Captain, they're secure in the back.
Sorry for missing your message the first time. I forgot to bring the chat box up, so I had my plates and everything on top. Niigata traffic, Alpha Wing 3240 crossing runway 22 at Charlie 2. Alpha Wing 3240 Niigata.
Approaching 2-2.
This will be a quick flight. Should take us 55 minutes gate to gate, so I'll say 40 minutes airtime. 35 to 40 minutes. I'm glad that the weather is not that great. We'll make it a good approach in Tokyo. Below the line.
Bleeds min on. External lights on. Runway.
Runway 28, heading 281.
Approaching.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
8.
Thank you. So once again, it's gonna be runway heading till 700 feet. Then we're gonna turn back to the VOR. The VOR is right on top of the airport here. So we're gonna be turning back, overflying and climbing to our cruise altitude.
2-8.
Our first cruise altitude will be flight level 270. We're gonna have a step up after to flight level 280. Niigata traffic, Alpha Wing 3240 Q400 rolling runway 28. We're going to be flying the Niigata reversal 6 departure, and we're going to be climbing to flight level 170 correction. Alpha Wing 3240 Niigata. Check power.
Power checked.
Approaching. 28.
80 knots.
Checked.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Flap 0 IAS 185, climb checklist to the line.
Acceleration altitude.
So we're gonna start our climb, or turn, correction, to the left, back towards the VOR.
Climb checklist completed to the line.
And what we're gonna do, just to avoid going around, we're just gonna proceed on course here. The proper way is to go around the VOR again, and but since there's no one here, we might as well just go. Just gonna add a direct to our first waypoint, and we're gonna keep climbing
Looks like we're picking up some ice.
as expected. Told you, this is gonna be a nice one. Let's tilt this radar a little bit, see what's up ahead. Just want to make sure that we are safe. Sorry, I know you probably want to see outside here. I'm just a little bit worried with this real quick. Just want to make sure that's not going to show nothing too serious. Niigata traffic, Alpha Wing 3240 Q400, just airborne runway 28. We are we're gonna be departing the area to the east, southeast, towards Tokyo. We are right now leaving 8,400 to fly level 170. Any traffic in the air, please advise. Alpha Wing 3240 Niigata. Okay. Okay, we're just approaching 10,000. Seatbelts off. I think the FO does that, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are all safety. We instruct you to keep your seatbelt fastened during the entire flight. Please observe that this flight is a non-smoking.
Drops A50 below the line.
Climb checklist complete.
Thank you. Just wanted to get everything set it up on FS2 crew for our arrival. It's a quick it's a quick flight, short flight. So we want to make sure we are on the ball here. I'm gonna double check there's a hold as usual on the missed approach. Just want to make sure that we have it right. So 305, 125 or right turns, okay? That makes sense. And soon we're gonna set up our VNav so we can have an idea on our top of descent. So according to our flight plan, we're gonna climb to flight level 170, and at ASCA's we're gonna climb another 1,000 to flight level 180. Here are de-icing and our ice protection still going. So we're good. We're gonna set standard. And also it will be a good time to check the weather at Tokyo. I have no I don't see anyone online, so we're just gonna get the meter through our Unilink service. Oh, well, we do have traffic. RJAA, that's what we need. So he's gonna be using 3-4 right, we're gonna be using 3-4 left. So perfect, it's gonna work out well, even though he's already leaving and we won't be there. We still have a little bit to go. Okay, so 8 Zulu.
1,000 to go. Out cell.
Checked. Okay, out cell. Winds are 040 at 8. Variable 360070. Clear, fuel 15, scatter 6, broken 8. That's what I care about the most. Temperature 8, dew point 5, QNH 1011. And there's a becoming 080 at 6, which is okay. Okay, we have the QNH, the altimeter setting for Tokyo, so we're gonna add to our standby. Another thing is I'm gonna put terrain now. And we are reaching our cruise altitude. We're gonna wanna bring the power down a little bit, and also we're gonna set our VNav. Oops. Okay, so what we want for the arrival is 6,000 at peaks. Oh no, 11,000 at Vixen. Yes, which I thought he was going to have it already, but we want to make sure that we are at 11,000. So now we have top of descent, which is right here, the circle. We want to also set the heading to our current heading. It's always good. If you have problems with the system, we know where we were heading to. And we can flip for the ILS in Tokyo. Just double checking. ILS 34 left is 11.9. 11.9. And our course is 337. There we go. Yeah, sure, Prasad, yes. Igor, and I'm an actual commercial pilot. So yeah. I'm taking this time off to fly the simulator. Yeah. Which I don't have much time to do it when I'm working.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoke speaking. Satellites need approval, so flight cabin services being so
Okay, so just double checking. ILS 337 for the course, 11.9. That's ILS, which we're gonna ident once we get close to Tokyo, but not right now. We want to bring the power down a little bit. The Q400 is very easy to overspeed. You have to keep an eye on it. There's no auto thrust like the Airbus or the Boeing, so you have to keep an eye on manage the power. Set cruise power.
Cruise power set.
This is he actually doesn't do nothing. He punches the MCR, but that won't change anything. It's just to trigger FS2 crew. Okay, we better do our approach brief. So it's gonna be a star ILS runway. There was rain in the vicinity, so I'm gonna call as a wet runway. Anti-ice shouldn't be required. We actually can turn the ice protection off right now. And if you are on ASDEX, we're gonna keep transponder on, bleeds on, flaps 15, and it's gonna be a stand.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
Okay, we'll be arriving by the ATC assigned star. As for the approach, we can expect the ILS. Landing runway condition is wet. Anti-ice is not required. We will use flaps 15 for landing. The bleeds will be on. And for the MDA, it's 1010 feet. After landing, please turn on the APU and leave the transponder on since this airport uses ASDEX. Lastly, it looks like we'll be assigned a stand. The taxi route will be assigned by ATC. Any questions?
That's checked, and no questions.
Approach brief complete.
PA44 Seminole, and I'm working on moving up to the King Air right now. Well, I was, well, still is, but all this health pandemic slowed down a little bit my my plans, but I'll get there soon. Okay, I want to check what's going on just up ahead of us. We have some TCUs for the looks of it. Just want to make sure that we're still we're gonna be safe because we're heading right towards. So let's just take a look here. I have plus 3 degrees on the radar. So we're gonna start gonna do a sweep at 3 degrees, and then we're gonna bring it up a little bit more and bring it down and have a good reading of what's going on there. Crossview FMS.
Check.
That's another trigger for FS2 crew. It doesn't actually do nothing, but it triggers it to the next stage of the flight. He flips through the flight plan, but he doesn't actually do nothing. We should be actually, I forgot, not that it matters, but we should be, oops. We should be cross-filling flight plan and fuel numbers. Okay, so our arrival starts at Swamp, which we can already see on our flight plan there. Okay, I'm just gonna go aggressive here and bring the down 2 degrees. I should have gone up actually, but we'll check up and down. There's probably this guy here, and it doesn't look like this is gonna be on your way anyways. So he did the approach briefing, which is not a very good approach briefing. I have to just go through this real quick. So for the star, it's an RNAV star. We're gonna be crossing Swamp, and this is our first waypoint, the entry point for the star. Vixen is the next one. We have to be above 11,000. Then Miffy above 9,000, Karma above 6,000. Then we're gonna turn right all the way to Elgar, which I'm pretty sure is our initial approach fix, yes, and mandatory to be at 4,000 feet. So a better way to do this will be, first question is, are we gonna respect all these altitude constraints, or do you wanna just go down to 4,000 at Elgar? That's a good question. Since there's no traffic, we could actually, it is safe to do either or. We're gonna be flying the whole star, the whole arrival will be flown over the water, so it's gonna be sea level. So in theory, as long as we don't go too crazy, we should be okay going a straight descent all the way to 4,000 instead of complicating too much. But we'll see. Regarding our fuel numbers, I'm pretty sure we're fine. We have here our fuel on board, our endurance and our range. Now and when we get to Tokyo, RJAA, Tokyo Narita, we're doing good. According to our calculations, the winds, we are just over ASCA's here. Winds should be 244 at 48. we're getting 62, so a little bit more than we were expecting. True airspeed 354, ground speed 374. So yes, we're going a little bit, quite a bit slower than expected, but still a lot of fuel left, as we can see on our performance page. We have we'll have another hour and 10 of fuel once we get to Tokyo, so that's pretty good margin here that we have. We shouldn't have much problems. Let's bring the radar down a little bit. Tilted down to 3 degrees, minus 3. We're gonna be taking on a heading to the right here, 190 or something like that. So we want to make sure that we are ahead of the game here. So yes, and for the ILS, just to finishing up our approach. Our final approach fixed altitude will be 4,000. It's a standard 3 degrees glide slope on the ILS. We already have set the ILS, which actually I'm gonna, maybe we're a little bit too far still, but we're gonna try to ident the ILS. So standard 3 degrees. We have a few published vertical speed for ground speeds on the plate, so we're gonna follow that. Most important and more important than that is our missed approach procedure. We're gonna climb to 1,000 on heading 337, which is the final, our localizer heading, so just straight. Turn left and climb to 6,000 via heading 142 to intercept and proceed outbound via Narita VOR, radio 187 to Gumio. Then we're gonna turn left, heading 157 to intercept and proceed outbound via Haneda VOR on the radio 118 to DME 63.7 from Haneda. Then via, oh my god, then via Hokuzo VOR 48 DME arc counterclockwise to Suimi, and we hold at Suimi. So we we have this hold already set it up in case we need. What is important is our final altitude for our hold should be 5,000. Correction. So we want to have 6,000 at the end. Another thing that we want to have is our speed, set up our speed bugs. According to our calculations, we were supposed to be landing at 27.5. Since when we took off a little bit heavier, I'm gonna take it as 28,000 kilograms. So we want to approach 126. And 116 for the go around. We're gonna be flying faster than that, but at least we have a number. And on the dash doesn't fly the approach by itself. We have to manually fly the go around, the approach procedure, so it's a little bit tricky. It's not just like Airbus or a Boeing for the matter, that you just push go around and it flies itself. Oh, we have icing here going on. It doesn't do that, so we have to be ready for a go around at any time. I don't think it's gonna happen, judging by the weather. We're gonna have a shift on the winds, so it might be a little bit tricky, but the ceiling is good. it's calling broken 8000. That's more than enough for us. And of course we want to add our MDA. Speaking of ceiling, MDA for the ILS is 339. And as usual, I want to keep setting the heading to our flight path, just in case we have some kind of issue. We can always get rid of the FMS guidance and just keep on our heading. But we are approaching also our top of descent. One very big mistake that I forgot here is we were supposed to climb after ASCA. We were supposed to do a step climb to fly level 180. That was our IFR regional IFR flight plan that we filed, but now it's too late. Should be getting ready for our descent, so we're gonna bring fasten seatbelts light on, and we can make an announcement. I usually don't play with this.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we're just approaching the top of descent, and we'll have you on the ground very shortly.
But you have all kinds of preset announcements. Oh, there you go. It's clear. It will be nice. It will be good. No, precise. Unfortunately, I don't have. I never intend. I have no intentions of becoming a YouTuber. So this is more for a personal. And I have family and friends that like to watch it. Unfortunately, they don't watch it live, but they like to watch whenever they can. So I do it mostly for them. It's very nice to have you here with me, so I have some company, but I never intended this to become something serious, so I'm not prepared to have any fancy graphics or face cam or nothing. But you never know. You never know. It's just the love and passion for aviation. I've been in the aviation industry for many years, and I love it. I love teaching, I love watching, I love sharing. I simply love aviation. Okay, as you can see, we have our V showing up here. That's going to be our vertical guidance for our descent. We won't be follow. We're gonna follow, but we're gonna add our own numbers here. It's not very reliable on the Q400. It's not reliable on any aircraft, but the Q400 in particular is very unreliable. So I don't want to trust that. And since we have no ATC, we kind of do whatever we want here. Kind sort of. And we're gonna make a call too. That we're gonna be starting our nav star and our runway, our intentions. We can start right away. It's nice that it has the altitude constraints. So yeah, let's follow this. It won't be too hard. The numbers are all there. Everything matches 11, 11, 9, and 6 by Karma. Okay, so yeah, we can follow. Let's follow that. Another thing is we want to make sure that we delete any constraints. So there's no link here. We're gonna get rid of it since we are clearing ourselves for the approach in advance. which is very good. Okay, bring flare lights on. Oh, actually, could have waited until 10, but it's okay. Let's bring our power back. And our altitude, I'm gonna put 6,000, but we're gonna follow. We're gonna follow the constraints. Descent checklist to the line.
Fuel balance. Check. Pressurization set. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Cabin PA complete. Fasten seatbelt switch. On. Approach and landing brief.
Complete.
Complete. Descent checklist completed to the line.
Yes, me too. I just love it. Love watching videos. I was born and raised very close to the airport, so I spent all my life close to. And yes, and then I started working in the industry, and not as a pilot first, but yeah, that's all I that's all I do. I just love it. And you have to work in the field, in the industry, because it is a very tough industry. A lot of dedication, a lot of money, especially, and not much. It is not well, I shouldn't say that, but not everybody has the glorious and life that people think that all pilots have. Let's say that. Okay, changing our heading bug, and we're gonna make our call. Tokyo Narita traffic, Alpha Wing 3240 Q400. We're inbound for landing. We're expecting ILS runway 34 left. We are just over swamp, on a swamp echo arrival, leaving flight level 130 right now to 6,000 feet. Any traffic in the air, please advise. Alpha Wing 3240 Tokyo Narita. Okay. We still have our nice. If you like, I don't know if you know, but there's I can send it to you after. There's a good plane spotter in Haneda, Tokyo Haneda, that sometimes is live, and he stays live for like 2-3 hours. He has his camera set up in a roof, so you can see. It's amazing. He moves the camera. I don't know how he has that patience to do that. He moves the camera, he gets the approach and the taxi, and it is amazing. I'll give it to you once we are, just remind me please, once we touch down. And yeah, I have all kinds of DVDs and Blu-rays, and oh yes, I just love it. I probably drive the wife crazy. Oh. So we blew through our constraint. Talking too much. Not that it matters. I don't. Yeah, I much rather having you here, keeping company and talking. It's than flying alone. But yeah. Sorry, Oh, we blew the altitude constraint there. But that's okay. We're gonna keep 10,000 for now. Bring power back up a little bit. After play here, we can go down to 9 and then 6. So we're just gonna maintain 10. By Miffy there, after play here, we're gonna go down to 9. So we're gonna go down another 1,000. And I want to set the altimeter setting to 1011 too. Yeah, we are. You are in a good field. IT is the best, right? And from there you can go. There's so many different. It opens up so much. It's. I have friends in IT too. And it's a great area. And I mean, if you don't have it, you can always think about getting a private pilot license. I'm sure it won't cost, like, it's not cheap, but it won't cost, like, it's not an absurd amount of money, and you can do on your own pace, right? So it's not that you have to have that money up front. You can always do something like that and be able to fly. That would be pretty cool. Rent planes once in a while. Go for a flight. That's what I tell all my friends, the ones that like and always say, "Oh, I wish I could." Well, you can. You might not become a commercial pilot, but you can easily have a license, and it's actually better. You're gonna be flying for fun. You're gonna be able to enjoy flying and not be obligated to fly. Not that I regret or complain or nothing, but it's of course much better to do something for pleasure than Okay, so we're going down to 9,000, and our next one will be our 6,000. Which is the altitude that we're gonna maintain until peaks. Oh, correction. We got from 6,000. We're gonna go down to 4. I keep looking at the other star. We're gonna go down to 4, which is our final altitude. I thought I pressed. Oh, I have 6 on the dial. I forgot. Okay. Oh, we can. We just crossed, so we're good. We're going all the way to Karma, and which is has a constraint 6,000 feet or above or higher. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna maintain 6,000 all the way to the end of the star, which is ends on, of course, on a initial approach fix, which asks for mandatory 4,000 feet. And that's gonna be our interception altitude for the glide slope. I just wanna check here, when are we allowed to go down? Oh, it's gonna be after Karma. Karma's the last constraint. Oh, and there's the rain. Oh, but you can take your time, like I said. You take your time. You study as right. You get used to. It's practice. You don't have to be any right genius to become a pilot. like I said, that's the advantage of getting a private pilot license. You can do on your own pace. You don't have to if you're having issues, it's just gonna take you a little bit longer. You take your time, you practice, and you'll get there. I don't see anyone not being able to get a private pilot license other than a financial
1,000 to go. Outsell.
checked. Below the line.
GPWS landing flap. Selected 15 degrees. Fuel transfer. Off. Hydraulic pressure quantity. Check. Caution warning lights. Check. Approach flare lights. On. Ref speed switch bugs.
Offset.
Offset. Flight attendant's notification complete. Descent checklist complete.
You should at least take a look. Go to a flying club. Go to the airport near your area, work or home, and just ask. See how much they are. Okay, let's just go down to 4. See how much, how long it will take you. Unfortunately, I can't help you with that because every country has its own regulations. I would know if you were here, but I can help you doing some research, or if you look and you have some question, I can try to help. But unfortunately, I don't have any idea for how does it work in India. But you should take a look. You'll be surprised. Yeah. See, and you're in Mumbai. It's not that you're in a small town or nothing. You're in a big. Yes, you're in a big center, right? I'm sure there's lots of schools and that you're gonna be able to.
1,000 to go. Outsell.
It's funny. He's showing you. Sorry, he's showing a constraint of 6,000 in Unari, but I don't have this on a plate. Anyways, it shows that we can be MHA's 4,000, so we're just gonna fly 4,000. Yeah. So I think you should take a look. You'll be surprised. It might not be as expensive and hard as you think will be. Okay, so we have Corgi and Elgar, and you have what it looks like a big cell there. But I haven't been touching this radar, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. It's all good. Let's just go for it. I tilted up a little bit, and yeah, see. I don't know. We're close to the water too. We'll just go for it. So yeah, I would if I were you. And if you, the way you were saying you really like and you really enjoy, if you do something like that you really like and you really enjoy, you're gonna dedicate yourself. You'll see, it wouldn't take you long. Even when you have, even like you said, you don't think you're as good. With calculations and everything, when you're doing something that you like and you're gonna be excited to get your license and everything, you're just gonna go. you're just gonna get through it. We'll see. Okay, I hope I'm not forgetting nothing here. Okay, closed lights, everything looks good. Okay. Altitude good. Landing elevation is set, everything's set. We can increase our speed a little bit. We want to be close to 200 knots because as you can see on the card here, 5 degrees flap or VFE flap extension speed. Let me just ident this, I think it's the ILS. Yes, that's the ILS, so we have our confirmation that's the ILS. So as you can see, 5 degrees flap, we need to be at 200 knots. So it's always good at the close to the, you know, to the approach. Keep a speed of 200, 210, so you don't have to lose too much speed once you get close to the approach. I always like to maintain 210. Oh, that doesn't matter. I'm enjoying. Like I said, it's much better than just flying by myself here. This is just, yeah. No, it's a pleasure. Much rather have you here to talk to than just fly this. Tokyo Narita traffic, Alpha Wing 3240 is a Q400. We are right now at 4,000 feet, just about to cross Elgar, which is the initial approach fix for the ILS runway 34 left. Any traffic in the air, please advise Alpha Wing 3240, Tokyo Narita. Okay. So yeah, go take a look, man. It won't cost you nothing to ask around. It won't cost you nothing. Just go there, check the schools. If you have more than if you have 2, 3, 4 schools, ask around on all of them. Don't just set it on the first one. Ask around, see what kind of planes they are flying. See if one might have newer planes. You might feel more comfortable once you get inside in one of them and say, oh, I like that has a better customer service or whatnot. So yeah, take your time, ask around, see how much it's gonna cost. Just like I said, keep in mind that you don't have to have the money up front, right? So if they say, oh, it's gonna cost you, I don't know, $5,000, you don't have to have the $5,000. You can do that in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. More, a year, it doesn't really matter, right? You pay as you go. You might have the ground school done first. I don't know if it's allowed in India, that's what I'm saying. I don't know the regulations, but you can get the ground school done first, which is the cheaper part, and then worry about the flying later. So yeah. Oh, beautiful sunset here. Okay. We're gonna change our nav source. Once we hit Gina. up ahead there. We're gonna be aligned and ready to intercept the localizer. It is a 15 mile final from Gina, 15.6. It's 15.6 DME. So you have everything set. Just have to remember 6,000 feet for the. What I'm gonna set here is 337 on the heading right away. And the other thing is to set the go around altitude later once we go down the glide slope. Will be 6,000 feet. We have time. We'll have time. Don't have to rush. Gonna bring this to 10 range to 10 miles, and we're gonna call long final once we hit Gino. And we are at 201 knots, so right where we want to be. We can call flaps as soon as we turn to intercept. Tokyo Narita traffic, Alpha Wing 3240 Q400, long final on the ILS runway 34 left, Alpha Wing 3240, Tokyo Narita. Okay. So we are a little bit too far for the localizer, so once we hit Cosmo, we're gonna can flip here for ILS, or we can just go now. Okay, let's set our approach. Flaps 5. Oops. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
We have our glide slope here and a localizer. And we have our localizer showing up on top here and the glide slope. Tokyo Narita traffic, Alpha Wing 3240 established on a localizer, ILS runway 34 left, Alpha Wing 3240 Tokyo Narita. Okay, we're established on the localizer and glide slope, so we're gonna bring this altitude back to 6, which is go around altitude. I'm gonna bring speeds down, and I should bring the autopilot off. I just wanna take a look at something real quick here. 34 left. Okay, we're gonna try to stop halfway. That's where terminal 1 is. Perfect. Autopilot off. Autopilot off.
Autopilot is off.
Gear down.
Check the speed.
Oops. Yes. Flaps 10.
Check the speed.
Let's
check.
180. I thought it was 190. Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
There's a crosswind. Flaps 15 before landing checklist.
Flaps 15. Landing gear.
Down 3 green.
Down 3 green. Condition levers.
Max.
Max. Auxiliary standby PTU pumps. On. Bleeds on and min. Flight attendants notification. Complete. Flaps.
Indicating 15, planned 15.
Indicating 15, planned 15. Before landing checklist complete.
Thank you. Okay, a little bit high, but more concerned that we are just a little bit too fast. So I'm gonna kill.
1000 above.
Checked.
1,000.
We're gonna compensate for
Approaching.
the crosswind here.
3, 4, left.
Are you sure?
We are high, but there's lots of runway here. No concern. Lots of time.
$100 above.
Checked.
Minimums.
Lane. Continue. Continue.
100.
Laning.
Check.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Yeah, let's get Alpha 5 here. It'll be easier. After landing checklist.
Okay. After landing checklist complete.
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna be taking stand 221. Actually, let me call. Tokyo Narita traffic, Alpha Wing 3240 Q400. Vacated runway 34 left at Alpha 5. We're gonna be taxiing to stand 221 via Alpha 5, Whiskey 6, Whiskey, and stand 221. Any traffic, please advise Alpha Wing 3240, Narita. Okay. Okay, so we go straight here. Alpha is this taxiway that we're crossing. We're gonna be crossing right now. The next left at Whiskey. Yeah, now we have a small problem here because this version of Tokyo Narita is from 2012, 2014, something like that. So the taxiway here doesn't match what I'm looking at the diagram. So what we're gonna do is, see, they're waiting for us there. So what we're gonna do is, the way I have on my diagram, we can just keep going straight here. There's a taxiway here. Yeah. Because that one is Alpha. The next one to the left, and this is Whiskey. So they extended this taxiway. So we're just gonna go straight here. It is a taxiway now. It wasn't before. We'll just use it. We're just gonna pretend that there's a taxiway here. No big deal. And we're gonna turn our taxi lights off so we don't blind our ground crew. Just don't know where I'm gonna turn here. Oh, I see. Yeah, so before you had to go through Alpha, from what I understand. And now you can go straight from Whiskey. Okay, we could have done the other way too. Maybe I made a mistake. But yeah, I think I made a mistake. But it's okay. He wants us to stop here? No. Got a little bit confused. Here. There we go. Parking brake on. Right away. Start feather on engine number 1. And we're gonna time it. So we got 57 minutes airtime. And we're gonna time the cooldown. Parking checklist to the line.
Taxi light.
Off.
Emergency brake.
Park.
Nose steering.
Off.
Standby PTU pumps.
Off.
Power levers.
Disc.
Condition levers.
Start feather.
Transponder.
Stand by.
Fasten seatbelt switch.
Off.
Bleeds.
Mean off.
Parking checklist completed to the line.
Oh.
Check.
Okay, 30 seconds. We can shut down that engine and start feathering. Go to start feather on the engine number 2 and time it again. We want at least 30 seconds. I know he's in a hurry, but okay, engine 2 off. Oh, what am I doing here? I don't know what I did. Ah, that's interesting. Huh. I pressed something in my mouse here and I have no idea what it was. Look at that. It's kind of a free camera thing going on. Oh well. We're gonna finish like this. I just hope once I reset prepare, it gets back to oh, look at that. It gets back to well, how it was before. Let me see if I can open the yeah, let's open that one. I'm not too sure if GSX gonna have any passengers, because I don't know if they have to load passengers to unload the same amount of passengers, because we never loaded anyone on the GSX. I have a lot of problems with GSX and the dash. It never ends boarding. The boarding never it can never complete boarding, so it's always a nightmare. That's why I never use before the flight. So I don't know if he's gonna have the animated passengers, since he never loaded, we never board any passengers. But there we go. Niigata to Tokyo Narita. Sorry about the camera thing at the end, right at the end. Well, I'm glad it was right at the end and not during the approach. I have no idea what I pressed. I shouldn't have anything binded to the mouse. It's one of those mouses one of those mice that have 15 buttons, I don't know why. So I went to grab it and I pressed something and that was it. Well, that will be it for our flight. Thanks a lot again, especially you, Prasad, for being here. I really appreciate it. It's nice to have someone to talk and enthusiast too. And like I said, go take a look. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Oh yeah, they do have the passing. I'll be more than happy to help you with whatever you if you have any questions or anything. I'll be happy to help. Oh yes, and that YouTube channel that I was talking about. Let me see if I can get it real quick here for you. It is an amazing channel. He's not online often. But when he is, it's great. So let me just see if I can get. It would be nice if he was online now, but he's not. Let me just see if I can. There you go. There's my list. I'll give you. There you go. Send it to you. That's the channel. Amazing shots. He was live last week. He was live for like 4 or 5 days 2 weeks ago, but last week he could only do it once. And I can see being harder for him now to do much, especially in Japan or anywhere else, for that matter. Oh, oh, that's right. That's pretty cool. That's nice. Was that a good quality? The camera and everything, the shots are the shots are nice, close and everything. Because this one is phenomenal. You'll see. Try one of his latest videos or whatnot, and especially from Haneda. I know he does. Oh, have you? Nice. Yes, I love it. Every time that he's live and I have a chance, I watch. Amazing. It's great. That's cool. Anyways, that's it for me, at least for now. I'm gonna go get some sleep. It's 3:20 here a.m. and I hope to hear from you soon again. I will try to do another flight later today, hopefully. And if you have a chance to drop by, even if it's for a few minutes, so we can talk. Yeah, I know. Even if it's just to talk for a few minutes, it will be. You're always very welcome. And yeah. Don't forget, as soon as things calm down a little bit, go take a look into that stuff there. You can do some research on the internet right now and have an idea, right? See how much will cost you and what you have to do, the medical part of it, the minimum requirements and all that stuff. Just to prepare yourself, right? And whenever you have a chance, yeah, go for it. And like I said, if you if you need any help, I'll be more than happy to try to help you. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. You enjoy the rest of your afternoon there, and I'll see you later today or during the week. You enjoy the rest of your Sunday there, and thank you so much again for being here. I really appreciate it. It's really good to have some company. Okay, yeah, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.